Good afternoon, GCA. This is Beth Pittman, and I know many of you have been asking for a video and some help with Mission Possible. So I wanted to put something together now that I have created my Mission Possible for my failing students for this semester. I just wanted to kind of share with you how I have it set up, how I've created my release conditions. Hopefully this video is not going to be too long, but it might be because there is a lot of different clicks to make this happen. So first of all, the way I approach Mission Possible is I identify students that are what I call severely failing. This mission is not for your bubble kids that need to complete 1 or 2 assignments in order to pass the class. These are your students that maybe have taken the interim assessments and done nothing else, or could even be students that have only taken the pretest if they've decided that they would like to pass the class. So once you determine those students, which likely will happen for you after December 8th when we are allowed to change our 50s to our zeros to 50s, once you've determined those students, you want to create a group for them inside your OHS. So the way I do that is I hit groups, and then I have already done so, but I click new category, and I made the category Mission Possible. And then I have a group called Mission Possible here. In the future, when you do this, if you were to do it again, you could have multiple Mission Possible groups, whatever you wanted to do. But I've created that inside of here. And when you click here, it will allow you to enroll users. And this is where you would go through. It's a little tedious. That's why you want to wait until December 8th and make sure that, excuse me, make sure that you have gotten all of the students. These are just your students that are severely failing. Hopefully by then you will only have maybe 45 to 50 students at most that would be on your Mission Possible. You would click and enroll those students into this group. Okay. Once you have done so, then you're going to go to your content. You'll build your Mission Possible module. The way that I have done this, our course team has decided which assignments are the most pertinent to demonstrate mastery in our course. Those are the assignments that need to go into Mission Possible. I encourage you as a course team to think about no more than 4 to 5 assignments. So which 4 to 5 assignments do you have that will demonstrate your mastery in your course? And that's what goes in Mission Possible. Students that complete Mission Possible will earn a 70. The way that I went about figuring this out for my course team is I took a student who had done nothing but the pretest, and I found the assignments that if I gave them a 70 for, numerically would produce a 70 in the grade book. If your grade book and your course team have aligned your assignments with mastery and standards, you'll probably find out that you can make this numerically happen. Multicultural literature, we were lucky enough that that's the case. So we have 4 assignments. I created my Mission Possible module. Within each module, I called the assignments parts or steps. So I have part 1, which is 1 assignment, part 2, which is another assignment, part 3, and part 4. So the students only have to come here and they work through each step of the assignment. I set a release condition on the whole Mission Possible module for that group that I created in the OHS. Okay, just for that group, I created a release condition and made it for Mission Possible. The way you do that is you hit create, you select all the way down, you select groups, group enrollment, and then you would find your group and hit create. I've already done that, so I'm not going to recreate that release condition. Then I hit update. Then you build your module out. Now, what I have done in order for students to know that they have completed each part of the assignment or each part of the mission, I have a mission completed badge. When you click part 1 completed, this badge will come up. I have set a release condition for this badge that the student will not see it unless they've received greater than than 70% on that item because they have to pass the item in order to receive a passing grade in the class. So I have made this file inside the OHS by hitting create file. I took that HTML code from here. I copied and pasted the code into the description so it shows in two places. Then I have added the release condition that they must score above a 70 on that particular grade item. The way you do that is you hit create. You tell it you want a grade item release condition. You're going to select the grade item that you want it to be associated with. Pick greater than or equal to, and then type 70. That will create the release condition. Okay. This will only show when the student has done the assignment and earned a 70. Now, let me spin back to the original. This is the actual assignment. The way that I have done this for my students so that it is very streamlined and they don't have to click a bunch of places because these students will not click a bunch of places. I have linked everything in, created a file. I've typed and I've linked the assignment here. I've given instruction. I've clicked the story, and then this is a Class Connect help session that I created or that we worked on as a class. It's here, and then this is a link to the Dropbox. I built this all into the file, then I copied and pasted the HTML from this file into the description so that if they don't click into the file, but they're here in the part or in the step, they still can access it. They don't have to click anymore. You must set a release condition for this that it is shown to students that are less than or equal to 69% on the graded assignment. You create that release condition the same way you created this one below with part 1. The way this will work for students, let's say that you have a student that is on Mission Impossible that has done the pretest and this assignment. When they log into their Mission Impossible, they will only see the completion badge. They will not see this aspect of the assignment. It will not distract them. Now, if they did not complete it when they first logged in, it's going to release the assignment. But after you grade it and you give them a 70%, then they will get their completion badge. Okay? You continue on as you build your module out with the same steps. You add the release condition that whatever the grade item is greater than or equal to 70. And then the release condition to the item is less than or equal to 69. I recommend that when you build your files out, that you link in a file to all of the material in your course. You don't put a bunch of links inside the module. They will not click into them, okay? Whatever is in your file HTML, you want to copy that HTML into your description so that the students do not have to click any further than pressing part 2. Then they can see what they need to do to complete your assignment. You have to think in a very streamlined way as you create this module. Part 3 for our course is the same way. So they have to take these quizzes. I haven't linked the quizzes here. I've created a file with a link to the quiz inside the course. If you just copy your quiz over here and then you put a release condition on it, it's going to block the quiz for the rest of your students, and you don't want to do that. So you have to create a file and then link to the quiz inside of the file. Then create your release conditions the same exact way. Once again, you'll want to put your complete badge here. Now, when the students finish all of the mission, you'll notice that they'll have part 1 is complete, part 2 is complete, part 3 is complete, and part 4 is complete. That lets them know that they have earned a 70 on all of the assignments that you have asked them to do to get the 70 in the class. And that tells them that they have completed Mission Impossible. I'll share out my emails that I send to students. Once again, I encourage you to be wise in how you communicate about Mission Possible. I communicate one time, tell them that they're a secret agent, and then I communicate one time before break is over, instructing them that the message is going to self-destruct on the deadline. I've found that less communication actually works better with these students than more, because they are getting communication about their failure in all of their classes and become overwhelmed quite easily. So as you build your communication for this, just be aware of the type of student that you're marketing to here. Everything has to be streamlined. When it's streamlined, they have one place to click, they will be more successful. Feel free to email me with any questions that you have as you start to work on your Mission Possible. Good luck.